So this is Tuesday evening. The sun was shining, so I wanted to take advantage of the nice weather and mill some logs on my sawmill. What I'm going to be milling up today are 4x6s for raised garden beds for my brother's greenhouse. He needs a total of 92 feet, and the only way I'm going to get this done for him before next spring is if I get started on it right now. Get her done while I can when the sun's shining. There's the first slab off. Always feels good to get the job started. And it sure feels a lot better once the job is finished. Sawmill's running good. I have plenty of fuel in the tank. And I am feeling pretty good, so today is a great day to get some of these logs milled up. And whenever I'm milling, I like to cut that first slab off and then flip that flat face straight down onto the deck of the mill and cut my next slab that way. A lot of people like to turn it 90 degrees and cut, but I seem to I don't get as square cuts as if I do it this way, where I get that flat surface down on the bed and make my second cut, and then I just get a large speed square for contracting or for construction work, and I use that to help me make sure that I'm going to get a nice square 90-degree cut on my third and fourth cuts. So here I am, just getting my tape measure out and double checking that I have the right thickness and nothing has been changed on the measurements on my saw, on the scale of my saw. Everything's still working really good, still dialed right in. Now I'm going to get ready to make that third cut. And here pretty soon you'll see me get the speed square out and check it for square before I make that cut. And when I'm doing this, I'm really in no hurry. I like to take my time, especially on a beautiful evening as this is. Enjoy the evening, not be in such a rush that mistakes are made. Just kind of enjoy the time that I get on the sawmill and just not overwork myself. You know, I already have a full-time job where I have to push myself and work. This is for fun, and this is just a hobby for me. So that's all the slabs milled off. Now I have a nice little cant that I can work with. So right here, all I'm doing is flipping the cant over so that I can lock the center of the log into the 4x6, and I'll take a 2-inch thick piece off of here, so I'll get a 2x6 and a 4x6 off of this log. But again, I'm just keeping the center of the log locked up in the middle of the 4x6. And just like that, One log down, 10 more to go. That is, you're gonna say that I probably was milling off some too big of slabs and stuff, but you saw this piece and how it broke in the middle when I took that slab off. If you look at this one here, down at that end, there's hardly anything there for lumber, and this is only a 9-foot long log, and if I tried to get anything out of this end of it, that's just waste anyway. I'm better off just keeping my saw blade sharper by not running through that. And then this piece here, you know, it looks like a lot until you get right there and you have a big hole that almost peeks through to where I cut. Get it flipped over for you. But it almost peeks through where I cut. So, yep, there ain't nothing in there. There's no more lumber, at least, but there's still firewood. And that'll make some nice firewood. So nothing will go to waste off of that log, but you know, when you're using smaller diameter logs, you're not gonna get a whole lot of yield out of them, even with the Woodmizer. I did just about as good as I could with what I had in front of me to get the lumber that I need right now. Right now, 4x6, I need 11 of these 4x6s, and then that 2x6 right there, I'll just save that for my own personal use. And I have a lot more garden beds that I want to build, and that's exactly what I'm going to use it for. Now, if I could have, if it was, the tree would have been a little bit bigger, I would have tried to do 1.5 inches instead of 2 inch, but it would do me no good now to mill it into 1.5 inches unless I have to. You know, it'd just be another waste of the sharpness on my blade to mill through that one more time just to get it 1.5 inches thick. 2 inch thick is just fine. I'll have plenty of those. So I'm gonna get this stacked off to the side, and I am gonna get another log on the mill and try to get as many of these done tonight as possible. Look at the grain in that one. A little bit of spalting on the end. And then that's a beautiful piece of wood. Oh, so beautiful. And a 4x6. Let me get that one dusted off for you. There we go. That's a beautiful 4x6 right there. It's kind of a shame to use it for garden beds, but we gotta do what we gotta do. And I gotta get this job done. Time to throw another log on the sawmill and get her cut up into boards. And this log still has a little bit of weight to it. Get the zoom back out. There we go. Pretty much exactly the same as the last one, only this one is 10 foot long, a little bit over. It's almost 11 foot long, but not quite. So I'm gonna just call it a 10 footer. Got a 2x6 out of there with you know, it's got that end will end up just getting cut off, but I'll make this an 8 footer for me, and that won't bug me because I still get a solid wall on the backside. Still get a solid wall. It doesn't actually dip in. It's like really close. So that'll hold the dirt for my raised beds, and this is just fine for, because all of these are going to get used for is raised garden beds. But I'm doing these for my brother, for his inside his greenhouse. and I'm just using those for myself. I have a sawmill, so as these rot away, I'll just replace it with new boards and give him a little bit thicker pieces so that they'll last longer for him, hopefully. Keep your fingers crossed on that. But there's 2 of them done, and that took me probably about, all told, loading the logs on, milling them and everything, that took me, for 2 of them, at my slow pace, it took me about a half hour. Maybe 45 minutes. I didn't really look at the time, and I'm not actually timing myself. But I do need to make a total of 92 feet for him. So I still have a lot left to go. I better get busy. But I think this is where I'm going to end this video, because it'll be way too long if I do another log. I'm covered in man glitter. I love my sawmill. And thank you for watching this edition of Not So Remote Alaska. And until next time, may God bless and keep each and every one of you. And with that, I am out.